Hello, my name's Chelsea Hasty.
Amber Riley.
Hello. Hi. Hey, Harold. How are you today?
I'm okay.
I'm glad you decided to come back for a second session. That obviously means that you enjoyed our first session.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Good.
Yeah, like talking about it.
Good. So, I just want to go over a few things before we begin, and that is, first of all, informed consent. I know we spoke a little bit about that last time, and I described that to you, and is there any questions you have as far as that? Anything you might have forgotten?
It's just, if I say I'm going to hurt someone or a kid or anything, or myself, like, you'll tell.
Yes.
Tell. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it, I think.
So you're okay to move on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First, I just want to start off is just trying to reflect a little bit on our last session, just to make sure I remember everything correctly and we're on track. So I know last time you told me that you have a little bit of an issue with drinking. You said you got a new forklift job,
Yeah.
and that you go out with your employees every now and then to drink, and that your wife had a little bit of issues with it. So, can you expand a little more on that?
Right. Well, the thing is, I was new to the job, and I kind of wanted to connect with my coworkers, and they'd be like, "Oh, we're going to Lisa's house tonight, or we're going to Martin's tonight," and they kind of get together a lot, and drink and party and all that. So,
do you feel pressured to go out with them a lot, or do you
a
want
little
to?
pressured? I do want to. So,
Yeah.
I guess I don't feel like it's peer pressure or
Yeah.
anything. So, we'll go out and or go, to each other's houses and just party and stuff. So, it's kind of casual, but I do have a lot to drink. So,
About how many times a week do you think that you go out with your friends at work?
I'd say it's at least half the week. For about 4 days, maybe 5. It just kind of depends on. Depends on what's happening that day, because there's sport events or something like that. So
Okay. So do you say that the majority of the people that you work with, do these things?
I think it's probably. There's a lot of people that work there, so I think it's probably a group of people.
Yeah.
Not all of. Not all of the people that I work with obviously could go, but
Yeah. And did you?
Some are in and out,
Okay. And did you first start drinking whenever you started this job, or is this something that was in the past?
I think it became more apparent when I started drinking.
Yeah.
I started drinking more when I started this job,
Okay.
because I wasn't used to doing that kind of, I was maybe once in a while with my wife or something.
Yeah. So you say that, what's a typical day, or a typical night whenever you go out? Did you say it's usually to a friend's house or out in public, or?
Yeah, somebody will get a case of beer and we'll just, go play some card game, drinking games, or,
Okay.
we just kind of hang out in and out of the house, whatever the weather permits, and watch sports,
Yeah.
Mostly just play drinking games and, just hang out.
Just kind of a bonding experience.
Yeah, it's fun because we don't get to, hang out at work. We're there together, but we don't get to hang out.
Okay. So, you enjoy mainly going out with your friends because it's, just a way to bond and get to know each other better and maybe make the work environment a little better.
Yeah, and then of course with the drinking, there's always funny stories to tell the next day at work. So.
Okay. Now I know you said we touched a little bit last session about your wife. You said that she wasn't necessarily, agreeant of it. Can you discuss that a little more?
She just, she knows I do it, but sometimes I lie about it, and then she'll call me on it, and she doesn't agree with it. She thinks, I need to be spending more time with the kids, so it kind of makes me feel guilty. And
so do you feel like you have a lot of struggle with sharing your time, or balancing your time with friends and family?
Yeah, I feel like I go out and then she gets mad and oh, what about your kids, and guilts me, and then I get mad that she's mad, and then I do it again. So I think, well, she's mad anyway, so I might as well just go back out with them tonight because they invited me. And
So it's obviously causing a little bit of strain on your all's relationship.
yeah, it does.
And what exactly brought you here today? Was it your wife, or do you feel yourself that?
Well,
maybe-
it was, she has mentioned it, I'm not gonna lie, she has said, oh, well, why don't you try counseling, maybe it can help you get away from this, but the thing is, I think she wants to completely shut it down, and I don't think that's possible.
Yeah.
I would love for her to be able to accept that maybe I'll still have that sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's hard for me to think of completely stopping.
So it's something you would like to do socially, but maybe not always.
Yeah, I
as
mean,
if
I
you
feel
go out
like
with your
it
friends.
helps if I,
Yeah. So if you go out with your friends, you want to be able to maybe go out every now and then and drink, or also do other things.
right,
Kind of come to a compromise.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's very understandable. I mean, is there things that you like to do, other than things that you would think about doing other than maybe going out drinking with your friends?
Well, there's things that I've been oh, I don't have any time for this, and one of them's hiking. I love hiking with my family, so I think that might be something that would be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a really good idea. And I know you said it's hard.
I'm
for you to
I don't
make-
have time because I'm always drinking.
Well, no, you said it's hard to make time for your family and your friends. So maybe something you could do is for you to go out with your family on one of those things that you like to do, and then possibly ask one of your friends, maybe a close friend that you're closer to at work than some of the others. Create more of a bond and doing things maybe other than drinking, possibly.
Yeah, I could do that. Maybe go out hiking, go out hiking with my family, and then eventually, inviting someone from work.
Yeah.
Or maybe even do a group hiking thing, and my family comes too, and
Yeah, just
my work people and their families or something. That'd be
anything,
fun.
just whatever you feel more comfortable with. If you'd rather just go out with a group of friends, or if you want to just maybe make more of a bond with, maybe a smaller group of friends, just something to do, get more warmed up, to doing things other than.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so, do you think it's affecting other than your marriage? Do you think that it affects your work?
Yeah, I get, feeling bad, and I will go to work and I'll be less productive, and so yeah, I think it does affect work in a way. It doesn't affect a work relationship. I think it improves the work relationship, but as far as the side effects of drinking and the next day, hungover feeling, it's not.
So you do end up going to work the next day feeling a little hungover.
Yeah, sometimes a little dizzy. So
Okay.
I've had a few incidents.
And how does that make you feel about going to work like that? Does it bother you, or
Yeah,
do you think
I mean,
it doesn't really matter?
I feel guilty sometimes, but I know everybody else is doing it and they're the same way, so
Yeah.
it kind of makes me feel better. I kind of
And-
justify it that way. So.
Okay. And I know you said you have kids as well, so do you think that it's affecting them in any way, or are they old enough to understand?
Mostly just because they don't spend that time with me.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I don't think they're old enough to really understand.
Okay. So, what I want to do now is maybe, just kind of try to think about some things that we could possibly do, before our next session or next week. So, you said that you would consider maybe doing something as far as going out with your friends?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
It's without drinking, and you said you want to cut down, so
Mhm.
maybe this week you said you usually go out 3 times a week,
4
possibly.
probably.
Okay, so maybe next time we could go out, do an event like you normally do with your drinking if you want, and then kind of record maybe how you're feeling with after that event, and then also do an event where you go out with your friends with another activity that you enjoy.
Yeah.
And then kind of record how you feel there, and then maybe we can come back and see,
Okay,
if you
yeah,
think that
compare
would work
it.
out.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
Okay, I can definitely do that. All right, well, Thank you.
Oh, you're very
You made me
welcome.
feel a lot better. I think
Great.
this is more of a
Well,
possibility now.
it's great that you're aware that you do want to, do it in moderation, slow down, and that you see that it's causing issues not only with yourself but your family as well. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you're here. I'm glad that you acknowledge this and that you want to make a change. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.